Podcast with your host, Lashika Chapman, the Love Genus, home of the curatively curious. Hey, it's Shika, and we're in season 2 of the Love Genus podcast. This is episode 11, and it is the kickoff in our 4-week series on remembering and memory. This series, Remember the Time, is going to take a look at the social, physiological, and psychospiritual aspects of memory and remembering. Now, if you've never heard any of the episodes of the Love Genus podcast, or if you kind of catch them here and there, this is how series work. Typically, I'll go in some level of chronological order, going all the way back to the past, bringing it forward from some comparative measure. And I'll take each installation and look at the who, what, when, where, and why. And just like the title suggests, we're going to look at the wildly popular video of Michael Jackson, Remember the Time, as the foundation of our discussion, taking a look at theories surrounding memory and remembering in ancient Egypt. Now, if you've never ever seen this video, if you are just too young or have maybe been residing under a rock, the video portrays King Ramesses II, as portrayed by Eddie Murphy, and his beautiful wife, Iman. Now, Iman is dressed like Nefertiti. We know this from the blue headdress that she's wearing, which symbolizes her spiritual identity. But the queen of King Ramesses II was not Nefertiti, it was Nefertiri. Now, how does that tie into the music video or the speech from today, for the podcast for today? You'll have to listen to find out about how theories of memory and remembering in ancient Egypt relate back to the great pharaohs and queens and can teach us something about today. Keep listening. The memory and the video of Remember the Time, Michael Jackson, is just phenomenal. Meaning, it's amazing for me to see young children redoing the same dance that I think it's been over 30 years or close to it. Yeah, over 30 years that we did when we were first excited that it came out. Now, if you listen to the lyrics, it's great. I mean, here's a guy, he's coming in all smooth, trying to get this girl to think back to when they were younger and all of the tender points that touch her heart, and she's there melting, and he's hee-heeing and turning and twisting. It's great. Now, here's the part where it connects to our theme of memory and remembering for our series. In the video, the great pharaoh that has entered the court is the pharaoh of Ramesses II, that's portrayed by Eddie Murphy. And it's his wife. Now, the queen or the wife of Ramesses II is not Nefertiti, which is the costume that's depicted by Aman in the video. His actual wife was Nefertari. Now, here's why it's relevant. Nefertiti, the queen who's one of the most recognizable faces of antiquity in the world, right, was erased, attempted to have been permanently forgotten in this life and the afterlife. And we're going to discuss why. So during the reign of Nefertiti and her pharaoh consort Akhenaten brought in a new reign of religious ideologies. Now, when you're thinking of a pharaoh, you're not just thinking of a king. A pharaoh in ancient Egypt represented God itself as sometimes a proxy, sometimes a direct medium or channel, or sometimes, just a plain old symbolically. but you're connecting to God when you're connecting to the Pharaoh. And in this case, Akhenaten and Nefertiti were no different. Their reign brought in a whole new way of thinking about one God versus the previous gods we knew from the Ennead. Those are all of the different gods we see when we think of Egyptian hieroglyphs. And they brought in a new way of thinking realistically about art and literature and the sciences. It was a true renaissance. Moving the capital city, rebuilding. It was an amazing reign in which Nefertiti herself served as not just co-regent, but also she reigned independently for some time after. And for all purposes was considered heresy, meaning her identity, although we know didn't work, was intentionally erased, both ceremoniously and actually with the intention of it not to be spoken. Now, Nefertiti wasn't the first for this to happen. It happened to Hatshepsut, who ruled before her, who also ruled through the adoption of a male identity and ruled independently because her nephew/stepson was too young at the time. And even before her, we had Sobek Nefru, who also took on the identity of a male while still being very much a woman in order to rule. The erasure of Hatshepsut and Sobek Nefru were far more harsh and intentional than Nefertiti. And yet, here we are, thousands of years later, speaking their names. The ancient Egyptians believed, much like Michael Jackson was trying to pull on the heartstrings of Iman, that memory is held in the place of the heart. Now, we're not talking about some underdeveloped medical system or society that doesn't have an understanding of the body. They had very sophisticated understandings, comparatively, I'd say more advanced than ours, of physiology, psychology, spirituality. But they also understood the systems of memory and the role that the heart plays. The heart was also a place of identity, not just identity of your name, meaning identity of your soul, who you were at your core as a person. Your moral and ethical integrity are weighed in the heart, which is where your memory lies. So playing on someone's memory, in playing on their psyche, is playing on their vitality, literally. And the vitality that mattered the most, really, is the continuation of your soul and spirit. The act of this erasure is intentional and incredibly violent. And as dramatic as it sounds, and this sounds like a soap opera, we participate in this daily. We participate with reckless abandon as a society in cancel culture, hopping on polarizing ideas of supposed identities without fully being informed or invited to ruin people or wrongfully support, even at times, ideologies which break us apart. There's a soul consequence to be paid for that. And the crazy part is that unlike the kings and queens of the ancients, these people are forgotten in different ways because The regard of the soul is just not there. We isolate the identity when we're looking at others, forgetting that the breath of divine life runs through them just the same as it runs through us. But I'm encouraged, keeping, of course, in alignment with the theme of ancient Egypt, of the idea of the Egyptian god Thoth, who is accredited with creating, writing, in penning the role of the relationship of memory and life, blood, or vitality, which also, as everything mirrors, is actually scientific fact. The connection between heart disease, heart attacks, dementia, cognitive failure, Alzheimer's, and cellular memory all participate with one another. You can look at some of the links to follow ideas into that. We'll talk about it later in the series. But his recommendation, which was borrowed, I repeat, borrowed from Plato, was the integration of writing. In their belief system, thought was not a thing to be separate from emotion. And writing sealed this. Writing took account of it. Writing created a record of not just passive events, but of the heart to preserve life. Now, the story is told in Plato's Phaedrus that the king that Thoth presented us to disagreed with him. But science is telling us quite the opposite. The act of writing continues to create new neural pathways. It revives the heart, the emotion of the heart for those suffering from cognitive decline. I encourage writing as a form of reviving the politic of identity through archival work. And in this series, we'll look at all of these ways in the next 3 installations. And in that, I invite you to join our free course, Remember Me, offered on Klasio. It's a new way of thinking about telling your family story, a way that I feel pays a greater respect to the social lineages of people. It's not exclusively for Black people, but it's one that more encompasses our journey of recognizing and memorializing the connections that go beyond blood relation. Now, much in the way that during the Black Lives Matter movement and beyond, we all chanted a slogan of saying the names of those who died needlessly due to the hands of violence. Now you know the story behind it. Of saying someone's name revives their soul. It reconnects their soul, their Ren name, as we discussed in a previous episode. So, let's start remembering to recognize each other's humanity, and remembering our own story, and remembering our name. And if you're thinking that the erasure of Hatshepsut, Nefertiti, Sobekneferu, or Akhenaten was due to their conflict with an established, the shifting of the minds of people always means a shift in some kind of economy. Even if it's not financial, it could be mental, spiritual, social. Whether it's being blackballed from an entire industry to making it impossible for them to maneuver in whatever talent or Really being honest, a lot of the reaction that people are having to shifts in technology is that they fear the way that you'd like to be remembered and seen. Are you participating with the world around you in a way that you're ensuring that others are? Thank you for listening. I'm Lashika Chapman with the Love Genus podcast. Please follow us on social media, on Instagram, and on our website at www.shikasonline.com, where you can get up-to-date information on upcoming episodes or how you can be a guest. Thanks so much, and see you in the